Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahn, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpix.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick.
uh, be the Suns and the Clippers. And this is the one where we come on, Mindy, and make all the picks and everything, and you know, uh, you don't know where injuries are going to go and all that, but we're here to make picks, and right or wrong, you can hold us to it. We don't care. We make a ton of free picks here on the show. Our premium picks are really where we hang our hat and try to make our money, but injury concerns are massive in this game, especially considering the Clippers playing a back to back. So will we see PG? Will we see Kawhi in the game? Right? We know that Wall is questionable for the Clippers. DeAndre Ayton left the game. Now he's kind of a tough player that you know. Yeah, maybe he's got the whiny face, but he plays every game pretty much. Same with Devin Booker. He's a guy who plays too, but he's also questionable, and he's so important. So Phoenix has concerns with injuries. Clippers have concerns with injuries. Clippers are down to 1.5, and this total has dropped to 217.5.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's going to be a good one. I'm excited to see how this one will play out, right? The Clippers have been, I don't know, a roller coaster ride here over the last couple weeks. Suns here average 115 a game. They're ninth in the NBA. Clippers 108. That puts them at 29th in scoring. But I have this, I always have this Suns team that, they shoot better from the floor, from the free throw line, from the 3-point range. I mean, they're also 4-1 against the spread the last 5 here in LA. I got to take the Suns.
All right, Mindy will still roll with the
I'm
Suns.
still doing it.
Yeah, well, it's funny because we talked about all the high scoring, but that Clippers game was actually a ridiculously low scoring game yesterday for the most part, throughout the whole game, right? So looks like we had a lot of comments on this
I
game.
know there's folks that are not looking like they like the Suns here today. Ah, darn it.
Right. But again, I mean, when we talk about it, I don't want to say that, you know, that Kawhi and George, and it looks like George has kind of worked his way back into shape that he's playing a little bit more. And we've seen more of Kawhi over the last few games than we have. He's definitely missing fewer games over the last week or two, right? So
Right.
maybe, and kind of what I think we're seeing is kind of what I mentioned. I thought yesterday on the show a little bit that once we're getting towards Christmas, where a
And you
lot of
get to
people say,
start the
kind of
second
like
half,
with gambling,
really
right?
start the season.
Right, kind of like with gambling, right? We say, oh, don't bet the NBA until Christmas or the New Year. Well, the players, kind of want to pace themselves a little bit for these long 82 game seasons. So I think we might see that more reflective in the future of other younger players might play earlier in the season, and then veterans take some time
Get down
off.
to business.
Yeah, and then play more games towards the second half of the season or after the new year when it's time to at least try to get into the position that I talked about yesterday. All you need to do is win one game in the playoffs to get that home court advantage. But you
Right.
certainly would like to finish, at least in the top four if you can. Those top teams that battle for that. Some have no choice, just trying to get in the playoffs. So let's look at some of these comments where Joe says that's why I mentioned it because Clippers, while they're healthy, he says I think he likes them. But again, and there's been no indication that Kawhi and PG would take the next game off. I have to mention it because it is a back to back, and does seem like when we find the news, it's like a stunner, a little not a stunner because we're somewhat
Right.
expected, but then all of a sudden, oh, these guys are out again. So maybe this one is with a little bit of reservation. I would think if we end up, making the pick or wanting our pick to be good here. So Curtis says Clippers over. Rodney says he'll. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong game there. Sorry about that. Um, don't mean to cut your play off. We try to keep these. Um, let's see here. I'm kind of just lost my spot. Sorry, Mindy. Here we go.
That's all right. Lots of comments, so that's good. So
Yeah.
keep them
Chris
coming.
Paul came back, and the Suns haven't been the same. You wonder, if Father Time has kind of passed Chris Paul by a little bit, or I don't know. You'd think that he still can be a game-changing player, but he's certainly an aging veteran. Clippers money line and the under. Terrell's making fun of my comments about Aiton. Rodney says a revenge spot here for the Clips. Suns needed together and can't. Terrell says right now can't trust the Suns. He's also leaning to the under here. Too many players questionable. I think so too. And Dave says that it'll come down to whether those guys play. So even he has questions, and I don't want to, just bring it up like because I mean I haven't seen any discussion. It's just a gut feel, like with
Right.
those guys on the back to back, and maybe we're past that point where because usually we've known in advance a little bit when they aren't going to play as well. I say sometimes we get the late stunning news, but sometimes we know they're not going to. But there's been no indication of that here, but certainly we know, like I said, Aiden questionable, Booker questionable, and those are definitely issues moving forward. So Kawhi, he definitely is the one where I would think PG more of a chance to play. Kawhi, he usually needs a game to go to the taco shop. So Suns need a win here, says Daniel. So I guess I've got to come up with a play here. Mindy says she likes Phoenix in this one. I really want to use my pass card here on this.
Right. So I don't blame you, really. Uh,
So. All right, let me just see here. The Suns are 0-5 against the spread in their last five. The Clippers are 4-0 against the spread in their last four. They're at home here. I'm going to take the Clippers in this one. I'm going to go against Mindy.
Challenge, Ramon.
Oh, see, I knew you were going to make it a challenge.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.